So welcome to my 4 out of 4 Codex unboxing. So as you can tell by this video, I did manage to get my hands on the 4th and final one, which is of course the 1000 Suns limited edition Codex. So we're going to open it up today and have a look what's inside. I'm quite eager to get into it because it's been sat here for 2 days, just sat in its box while I was waiting to do this. So I'm chomping at the bit to get in here and have a look, because 1000 Suns is my favourite traitor faction. So here we've got the slipcase that it comes in, the same as the other 3, but instead we've got the Tzeentch logo up here on one side, and of course 1000 Suns on the other, and 1000 Suns on the side, just in case you forget. Let's have a look in here. So again, so it's a dark blue inlay this time. So let's have a first look at the Codex. So here it is. So we've got Fulgrim up here at the top, Fulgrim the Red, wearing his Elden Ring costume, and then on the back we've got reality warps to our design. You are pawns, blind and ignorant to your lowly place in Tzeentch's cosmic scheme. Magnus the Red, Demon Primarch of the 1000 Suns. Yet another cheery poem to finish off the 4 poems that we've got. Never have anything nice to say to these guys. Always negative. So, as I've said in every other video, I'm not going through the Codex itself, I'm just looking at the contents of the box. But what I will do, is, as I always do, is I like to check which number I've got. And this one is number 140 out of 1600. So again, if you see this popping up on eBay and it's 140, you know that I have been killed or died in some horrible way, which is how you are lucky enough to be able to get your hands on this, because I will not be selling it. Next up, let's have a look at the art cards. So this is the case it comes in. Always my favourite things to look at actually out of this box, except for the Codex itself. These art cards are just always lovely. So first up we've got symbol of Tzeentch. The other Codexes all had one for their respective god. So of course Tzeentch is also going to get one. And we do have the eyeballs everywhere, as to be expected, which was the same on Slanesh's one, also had a load of eyeballs, which is strange. But I really do like these renditions of the gods' logos. And then next up, we've got the front cover of the Codex, Fulgrim the Red at the top. And yes, I am fully aware that it's Magnus the Red, but there seems to be a lot of similarities between Fulgrim and Magnus for me, at least cosmetically at first glance. Wearing his wonderful Elden Ring armour with his big nipples. And here next up we've got this wonderful sorcerer. Do love the colour schemes of the 1000 Suns. The blues and the purples all really do suit it well, giving it that ethereal sort of look. And then next up, so we've got another one of these. So again, the other Codexes had this, must be by the same artist. I need to look up who does these. But I've said in the past, the last ones, they're very reminiscent of 90s, early 20s artwork. You've got the brighter kind of colours standing out and stuff like that. And an eye in the background, big old bird eye. But again, lovely, looking very knightly there. Lastly, we have yet again got Magnus the Red, performing his wonderful magics, donning his strange armour. They're my favourite traitor faction. I do like the 1000 Suns, but the decision to have a strange fixation on the breastplates has always made me curious. So obviously we've got Magnus the Red, who's got his big nipples on his breastplate, and then you've got Ahriman, who's just got full-on breasts. It makes me think maybe somebody's working through a few issues there, or maybe somebody just likes breasts. Either way is fine. Right, that's the art cards done. So like I did with the other ones as well, I'm going to scan them through onto the computer, share them on my Discord, put them online, that sort of stuff, just so that everybody can kind of right click and save them, use them as you see fit, that sort of stuff. Well, I know, some of this art is already available, some of it isn't, some of it is new. I think it's new for these codexes, so just putting it out there in an easy to access way makes me feel a little bit better. So next up we've got what I've been calling the Gibbets box. So this is the first sign with my last medallion piece in there, and then the rear, 1000 Sun there, having a blast. And on the side this time we've got All is Dust. Let's open it up. So here it is on the inside. Let's start with the cards. So here's the cards here, the objective cards and stuff. And we've got the gold inlay cards and the deep dark blue sort of colouring on the cards this time. And next up is the data cards. And here is the box that they came in. And then let's have a look. Surely Magnus will be at the front. Fulgrim wasn't. Mortarion was. Angron was. And yes, Magnus is at the front. Then of course, yes, we have Araman in second. Araman. Do like these data cards. I will definitely be using them. Go along with my 1000 Suns. Did also get the dice, which it does confuse me. I'd have thought that within this box, considering the amount it costs and that you get data cards, objective markers and stuff, all that sort of stuff, they would include the dice, because that's, I don't know, it just seems like it would come in the box so that you can use it in your games. So here were the 1000 Suns dice. Lovely blue colour. I'm already regretting only getting one pack though. I'm going to have to see if I can pick up some more, because one pack of dice is never enough. But next, let's move back onto the box, because the dice shouldn't even be a part of this video, but I wanted to show them. They should be in the box. So next we've got the objective markers. We've got one side with the 1000 Suns logo on. And of course the other side, Tzeentch. 6 of these. Right, now for this. So my final coin part is here. Final medallion part, sorry. So much like the others, you've got Tzeentch on this side. And then on the other side of the medallion piece, you get the Legion symbol. So we've got the 1000 Suns Ouroboros-y thing there. With again, lots of eyes on it as well on this one. So let's connect it to the rest of the medallion. So here is the medallion so far. We've got the Pac-Man. And we are going to connect Tzeentch to it. Ready? Boom, boom. And there we go. It is completed. It is finished. So yeah, so on this side, so we've got all of the legions on this side. 1000 Suns, Emperor's Children, Death Guard, World Eaters. And then we flip it round, and we've got all the gods. So Khorne, Nurgle, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, all on there like that. And I already feel imbued with their favour. And it's still very heavy altogether. So if somebody does try and steal this from me, throw it at them. Probably would knock them out as well. Probably would knock them out. Right, and that is all 4 of the codexes done. That's all 4 of them unboxed. I hope you've enjoyed just seeing what's inside them. Apologies that not a lot of people didn't manage to get their hands on it. in part because they only made 1,600 of them, which again, my feelings on that sort of stuff is in my Emperor's Children unboxing. But I'm really happy to have got all of them. I'm, as a genuine fan who's not going to look to profit off of these, it's made me quite happy. It was a stressful pursuit, I would say, having to wait to uncertainty of whether I was going to actually get my hands on each one of them and that sort of stuff. But I managed to sort of get my pre-order in super quick, and so I really do appreciate that I was able to do that and I had the time to do it, whereas a lot of people, probably didn't through no fault of their own, and they missed out purely because of the practices here of selling these, and that's not fair. So, but at least I hope you can get some kind of solace from just having a look what was in the box, so you can make your mind up whether you did really think you missed out or not. And then I'm sure at some point these are going to be coming back up on eBay, used at reasonable prices, not scalper prices. I would hope. Maybe not. Maybe that's the optimist in me trying to think that people will, if they no longer want them, or they get a spare copy, that they will give them back to the community in a way that will allow people that genuinely want them to get their hands on them. But no, so that's it. Thank you very much again for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.